Hello and welcome to Skid Cities, the latest city builder to hit the Steam stores. With this city builder being a unique blend of a cyberpunk building game combined with a city builder, allowing you to create a utopian or dystopian future. The year is 2092 and the world order has changed quite a bit. Before we get into the gameplay, a bit of background about the New World Order. Rising sea levels and the adverse effects of climate change have become ever more prominent. America has been split into 3 trade authorities, and loads of new landscapes have arisen that are sea only. And Europe has been plagued by a civil war that took place 20 years ago from when the game is set. Now, let's get into the game. So we're going to go and create a new city. So this is my first look at the game. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the tutorial. And let's get into it. So the best way to get started, our A Corpse Android will guide you through the building. So this will tell us what to do. I have disabled the music, so this game does come with music, but just in case there's any copyright, I have disabled it. So first of all, here we are, we can choose our world. So the Federal Trade Authority is basically the former United States. You have Greenland, that's pretty obvious what area that is. And then let's see where we want to go. Let's go towards Europe if we can find it, since that's where we are. United States of Brazil, East America Trade Authority. So this is set in the future, so it's quite interesting to see the kind of names that have been, the kind of names that the developer has come up with. And first of all, just to mention, massive thanks to the developer for providing me a key to this game, and I do apologize that it's taken me so long to actually get a video of this, because this game has been out for about 2 weeks now, 3 weeks by the time the video's out. So yeah, I really should have gotten it out quicker, but unfortunately time constraints dictated otherwise. Nonetheless, let's see if we can find Europe. So let's see what name sounds. Let's see what this is. Aztecol, Aztelocotl. So I'm guessing it starts off in America and kind of goes around this way, so probably towards the end. Yes, there we go. So that is South United Kingdom, Norda. Let's choose Norda. Oh, this is coming soon. So this is still very much early access. So actually, let's just, you know what, we'll just stick with the Canada Trade Authority. Now click next. So here's some information about the Canada Trade Authority and about the population and all that. So again, if you have the game, you can read through all that. And then this is the kind of stuff that is taking place. So a lot of this is about kind of society. There's a huge socioeconomic element in this, because basically there's the element of, so let's first of all call it a city. So a city will be called question mark, because we have no idea how this will go. I know, not very original, but still. But yeah, there's a quite a big socioeconomic element to this game, because there's a simulation of basically the rich getting richer. There's kind of a social unrest. I think there's mention here as well of, let me just find it. Yeah, so there's mention here of evil corporations that you must fight off against, and that sort of thing. But let's get into the gameplay. I don't want to spend too long kind of talking without actually doing any of the gameplay. So join me as we take our first look at Skid Cities. So here we are, introduced by Lucian, or Lurkin Tree. Sorry, I don't know where I saw the Lucian. Lurkin Tree. I will guide you to the building your first city. And they are an android, which is a form of a robotic artificial intelligence. I can't really tell you what to do. Okay. Very helpful. Nah, I'm joking. It's kind of good, because the point of the tutorial is to teach you what to do, not tell you what to do. So it's to teach you how to do something rather than tell you what to do. So that it's good, because it gives power to you. Anyway, first thing, let's move around. Oh yes, the basics, the very basics. So this is the out of bounds zone. So we've reached the out of bounds. So we go. The controls are WASD, pretty standard, You know, can't complain. Should come naturally to a lot of people who play lots of video games. You can also right click and then drag and drop. There we go. We've dragged and dropped the road, like so. Anyhow, let's go. Let's see what's next. Now let's zoom in and out. Well, we were already doing this, but you know, it's pretty intuitive. Scroll. You just use the mouse scroll button. Nothing much to it. Good. Let's start building. So we look for a building here. I think it's talking about this one, isn't it? Good, let's start building. Do you see the first symbol? Looks like a road sign. Click on it. Oh, we already had that. Oh, now I lost my road. Yes, wait. I click on it. The first symbol in the building panel. That's services. Aha. Let me just find the building panel. Where is it hiding? So yeah, do bear with me here while I try to find the building panel. Infrastructure. So infrastructure. Good, let's start building. This is the infrastructure. Ah, yeah, so this is the part that's going to interest me. Roads. Oh, we even have transportation. I'm quite curious to see what this entails. Click on the icon that looks like a taxi. So it's this one, the roads. And there we go. So now we can choose our roads. The other thing about this is you can also build underground cities and overground cities. So it really has that kind of... It goes beyond basically the current realms of possibilities. Obviously, it's set in the future. So there is a vision in a way that, you know, there's greater potential. There's greater possibilities. Which one usually expects with the future, because generally it tends to go towards innovation, and what now seems impossible is taken for granted in the future. But anyway, so we click on the taxi and then we click on the road. So now we can place the road. So now basically just telling us to drag around, and this is basically telling us we already have a road built. Now, okay, now you have to connect the roads. Oh yes, we need to connect the roads here. That's what it wants us to do. So now our infrastructure is connected and we need to connect them with this road. So currently it seems to be like on a bit of a Minecraft base, where it's all like 4x4 rectangular kind of shapes. But yeah, that kind of thing. Like a bunch of squares. So this is the zoning. So this is the kind of a bit like city skylines where you zone your areas. So let's see what the different areas we have. We have residential, which is basically, here we have factories and office, which is basically industrial, and we have commercial. So there is a bit of a city skylines element. Obviously, this is a city builder with a cyberpunk element, which is basically a utopia or dystopia, depending what you want, which way you want to do it. Now, I haven't played cyberpunk myself, so I actually don't know too much about cyberpunk in that regard. And then we're going to click this, and then we select our area. So we have poor residential zoning and rich residential zoning. Here again, this socio-economic element comes into play. It's another thing is, you know, it talks about slums, and it talks about kind of like the... It doesn't specifically reference to kind of like the gated communities, but that's generally like the kind of polar opposite of what you would... the polar opposite of a slum, because a lot of the times you have the gated communities kind of block off the slum. So again, it's kind of the rich versus poor divide, which is... which you know is probably exasperated in the future in this game. Anyhow, in this game, the insinuation and it seems to be that the wealth inequalities have gotten worse. Anyhow, well, we start with the poor residential areas since they are less demanding. Click on the item that looks like a tent, and there we go. So now our residential areas are starting to gather. So then at the moment we can build 18 out of... we can build up to 40 residential areas, and here you see it's very much like a very... it's pretty much is a slum. I mean, I think that's what it's meant to look like. So because that is actually what it's referenced to in the game description. Now it wants us to place 40, so we'll just have the whole road along the edge of the city. I'm just going to place those here, and then... oh, we're missing one. Select factories and offices. Now we need to select a factory, and then again you have factory zoning and you have corporate zoning. So the corporate zoning will probably be in terms of, if you want to do it realism, you'd probably have it towards the richer zoning. But anyway, factory zoning. Now select factories. Okay, let's actually build some more roads, because here we are and we have a bit too little to go about. Yeah, don't mind my atrocious road layouts. This city is not going to be the final product. If we continue playing this game, we'll probably restart the city anyway. This is just kind of to take a look at the tutorial and get the basics. Oh, we have airports, helicopters, and rocket port. So basically all the public transportation now is airborne. So the future is all about air travel. In this game anyway. That's when we talk about the future, we talk about the future as envisaged or as recreated in this game. Okay. So we need to place a factory, and then I think this is a good place for factory. We need to place 20 factories. So okay, like so. We have 9. And there's no water, so we need to connect them to the water supply. Again, this is a bit of the city skylines element coming in. Okay. Now, Awesome. Factories will need road access. Yes, they got that. Great, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. There's no mention of water. So we go to water. Now, how do you get the water going? You can just recycle. So basically here you can just recycle polluted water and other waste and provide it back as water to your citizen. I would not call it clean, but it's usable. I mean, most water does tend to be recycled, but yeah, it's basically kind of recycling the contaminated or the polluted water. Now the question is how you get our water. Services, there we go, water. And then we probably need to start off with a sewage. Oh, we have to click next. So let's build a water recycler. The water recyclers, there we go. So we're going to place a water recycler near the factory. Makes sense because this is our industrial zone. That built very quickly. So as you can see, the factories won't build until we actually have our water recycler on, which again makes sense. Click on the first icon and then, oops. Oh, good thing we can delete that. We don't want two water recyclers just yet. So now we have our water zone and, so we click here. And has that done it? We need to build 10 sewers. Wow. Building quite a lot of sewers for our city that's quite small as of now. Oh, wow. I think, what happened there? So I think if you click and hold, it's like the roads. You can mass build those. We actually built way too many there. Wonder if you can mass destruct. Yes, you can. Very handy because, yeah, we went way overboard with the amount of sewage plants we built. That was by accident. Don't mind that. We need vertical roads. Okay, so now let's go back to the roads. And let's get our vertical roads. No car street. Oh, you have even pedestrianized streets. Look at that. That's a pedestrianized street. Or is it? That's just a street with no cars. I see. Oh, so we're going to see cars going on these roads at some point, perhaps. The third icon. Oh, this is the vertical road. Oh no, this is the vertical road. Never mind. There we go. Ah, yes. So this is how you build your sky city. These are like basically elevators, but roads. And then build a downwards road. And then this is going to be an underground road. So this will bring us into the underground section of the city. But then we have to move underground. How do you do that? So now let's venture into the underground section once we figure out how we do that. So what we do you see it? You go underground, click on the icon at the bottom left. And then you go, nope, bottom left. Wait, we'll get this, This is the bottom left. Yes, we click this. And now we're underground. So if we click up, we're on the upper level, and if we click up again, we're in the sky. So these are the 3 dimensions you can build your city in. You have the sky city, you have the normal surface level, and you have the ground. Pretty neat. Again, makes it a bit more unique. So now, let's go underground. Click the down arrow. And let's connect our portals. No, we need to use the normal road. Oops. So yeah, these vertical roads are basically fulfill the same function as a lift. But we here now need to use the normal roads, the horizontal ones. Why is that not connecting? I see. There we go. Ooh. The zigzag road. Challenge the drivers, eh? And then we have to do the same. First, let's build a water supply. So basically, it seems for each level, the water supply is independent. So it needs to be done for every level. One thing to note is it's quite quiet, but there's game music. I just don't have it on. So if you get the game, you'll also have music. It's $19.99 on Steam. Minimum requirements and recommended requirements are quite reasonable as well. So should be able to run on all PCs. And then the recycler. Okie dokie. And then select the sewer. Okay, so when you do them together, it counts as one unit. I think I'm going to leave it at here for today, and we'll continue on. And I think we'll continue on in the next video. So do let me know what we think of this. This is like the first look. Overall, looks quite good. Quite like the colors, kind of gives it this futuristic scene. Music as well is quite fitting. Once again, I have turned it off, but definitely having the music on enhances the experience as well. I'll have the link to the game in the description. I think I'm just going to quickly take a look at the transportation. We can't build it yet, so in the tutorial we can't build it. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and hope you enjoy this. And indeed, quite a neat city builder, quite unique. Quite a bit of, socio-economic bits to it, adds all these dimensions to the game, and it is a true merger between Cyberpunk and city, and kind of like the city skyline stuff. But yeah, that's it for now. Until next time.